On this channel we've talked about Alpha 2 a lot. We've also talked about spinning pile drivers a lot. So today we're combining the two and learning about Zangief's magic throw. Now I want to preface this video with one thing. Street Fighter Alpha 2 is very balanced. It is still to this day considered to be one of the most balanced Street Fighter games, with basically the whole cast being tournament viable. What I'm going to talk about may seem cheap in the context of how fighters operate now, but when you actually get in there, you'll realise that Zangief needs this tech, and even with it, he's not even top tier. With that out the way, let's get started. There are a couple of things you need to know about this game. For one, pre-jump frames are not throw invulnerable like in Street Fighter 2. In ST, this means if someone throws you to get out, you'll need a move that is invulnerable or airborne. You cannot simply just hold up. The difference is, this game has 4 frames of throw protection when you come out of block stun, and that's why you can actually hold up against tick throws in this game. The same rule applies on wake up, so you can't meaty grab. And it is here where we find today's tech. Both Zangief's SPD and running bear grab ignore both these instances of throw protection, hence the magic throw. So how does this technique slash glitch manifest in a normal match? There are actually quite a few ways to set it up, with tick throws being the most common. Do something like a close medium kick or a jump knee on block, immediately SPD and you've got yourself a magic throw. Then you've got the hard knockdown setups such as alpha counter versus a cornered opponent, or what is known as the trifecta, a hugely damaging series of magic throws that in the right situation can be completely inescapable. Lastly, there are soft knockdown setups. Custom combo can lead into a magic throw and so can either of his sweeps. However, they both have very clear counterplay. The sweep setup is simple. Sweep, then either jump forward SPD or walk forward SPD depending on your range from the opponent. Sweep is one of Zangief's best footsie tools due to its huge range and good startup. If this was any other game, it would be completely busted getting rewarded for landing such a strong poke. Luckily for us though, Alpha 2 has a great wake up system. After soft knockdowns, you're able to roll by inputting a reverse quarter circle back and hitting any punch, the strength of which will determine the distance you go. If you do a light version, you can stand up before Geef gets into range for the magic throw, and anti-airing him if he jumps. However, tech rolling isn't just a straightforward counter. If you're in range, you can punish roll, but the light version is so quick, you'll often be making a read, and on top of that, it isn't easy to do. Unlike say teching in Street Fighter 5, you have to finish the input before you hit the ground, meaning you have to react. The window is pretty big, but it's still a reaction, and you're not always going to be ready due to the nature of the mental stack. Missing the tech recovery doesn't mean death though, nor do his hard knockdown setups. You can go through magic throws with an invulnerable move, but that is also not easy. As the magic throw goes through your grab protection, the window to get out of these setups is far smaller than normal. Unlike your average tick, you'll need to land a real reversal. Like a lot of old games, Alpha 2 has no buffer window, which sounds terrifying, but it is normally manageable via a couple of techniques. In say Super Turbo, if I want to reversal Shoryuken, I can piano all of the punch buttons after the directional input, which gives me 3 chances to hit the reversal timing. On top of that, releasing the buttons can also activate the special, giving us a grand total of 6 attempts at nailing this 1 frame window, making it substantially easier. However, in Alpha 2, we don't get this luxury. The only input that counts is the first button after the directionals, making it an actual 1 frame window. Veritas did a video detailing this subject perfectly that I'll link below. For reference, they are the Alpha 2 lab monster. They've done an amazing job of detailing this game and helped me with this video, so please go send them your support. Another issue we face is not all characters have invulnerable specials, meaning characters like Birdie, Sodom and a couple of others are pretty screwed in this situation, unless they have meter. Once again, Alpha 2's universal mechanics come in clutch. Custom combo isn't only an offensive system used to rack up insane damage, it's also arguably the best defensive tool in the game. Its activation has both invulnerability for throws and strikes, meaning if you've got the money, you can get out of magic throws and score big on the punish. It is with this, we turn what should be a pretty cut and dry execution check into an exploration of meter management. Alpha 2's meter system affords the player the greatest offense and defense, but the magic throw turns this glitch into a round winning form of chicken. Want to spend the meter to punish a jump? Sure, but you might get checkmated later in the round if you don't have the resources to escape. Zangief plays this game too. His SPD doesn't give him Oki, but it does if you have a bar of meter. Custom combo launches you forward at an insane speed, so you can actually spend it after the SPD to get back in and go for another tick throw. On top of that, his damage is pretty low unless he has resources to spend, making the risk reward on magic throw and its counterplay shift constantly. An omission I've had up until this point, however, is the coin flip element to the glitch. If you activate CC or reversal on the exact same frame as Zangief does a magic throw, it's a 50-50 on who wins. This element is basically what makes the technique absolutely terrifying, and does for sure add another reason on why you maybe just want to take the throw. What I like about this technique and the character in general is how Alpha 2 it is. This is a game with unparalleled focus on meter management, and he accentuates that like no other. On top of that, it gives him constant use of the tool all grapplers want to use, his throw. The glitch just makes Zangief more Zangief. Plus the lack of post SPD Oki means that as the person fighting him, you don't actually feel hard done by from looping pressure. Magic throw at its core is a perfect example of a technique that on its surface looks horrendously broken, but its presence as a glitch gives us a far more interesting meta, and you can't really ask for more than that.